G'day legends, welcome to the one-man oxygen not included challenge. One duplicate, one asteroid. Zero clue what the hell I am doing. Let's see how long I can survive for. So we started off by digging a giant tunnel and also supporting the floor so I don't fall headfirst in, but making our way to water because, as you know, water is the creation of life, and so far we ain't got enough. So we're just doing some mapping, trying to picture in my mind hole what we're doing, but as you can see, we're eating a snack and sleeping on the ground like an absolute legend because that's all we did was dig a hole. We didn't even get to the water, we just dug a hole and slept on the floor like true Flappy Nuttsworth style. With that, we're making our way, but unfortunately I peed my pants. I needed to do the wee-wees and I did not do the wee-wees, but I needed to do the wee-wees because I forgot to build a toilet. Don't know what to tell you, I forgot the toilet, but at least we finally did some digging and got to the well of the water sustenance, the sweet, sweet taste of water and victory. Now with that, we're on our last breath, digging the sands, getting the waters, and it's delicious. It's all coming together. So now with that, I thought, hey, it might be time to map out a bedroom and a toilet to avoid peeing myself and sleeping in the dirt like an absolute feral of a man. We've done it. We've done it. We've dug a hole, and now it's time for the sink. But it's better to pee in the sink than to sink in the pee. With more excavations under the way, it's time for the outhouse, the drop blue, the boom box, the thunder dome, the brick shitter. I don't know. You know, the toilet. We did it. We built the toilet. No more Duke in this man's pants without my decision because, you know, it's always fun to Duke. But we have a bed. I was born to poop but forced to wipe, unfortunately, and with that we did our first thundered throne dome. So with that, we can't have any more help. It's just us for the entire adventure. So we got the fungal spawn and head to bed on the third night. Flappy had finally found himself a nice cozy barracks. It's not big, it's not spacious or luxury, but it's home. Now with that, we did some more blueprinting and I thought, hey, let's check the oxygen levels, and we're actually starting to get some pretty bad oxygen levels. So the next struggle for this challenge was I need to start getting on top of our oxygen before we do the permanent dirt nap from suffocating. So with that, we built our first oxygen. I mapped out the power box, and there it is, the power wheel of Flappy Nut. And with that, it's time to map out our science gizmo machine because we're not going to get very far without them science. So it's time for the Flappy 9, the science guy. And here we're going to dig a hole in the ground so that way our oxygen goes up in the air. You know, because hot air rises just like my bum. Oh yeah, you can see the blue, the light blue expanding out. So with that, I'm hoping this will fix our oxygen crisis, because if it doesn't, we might be in some serious problems, whatever you want to call it, but something. All right, so with that, I picked our first research, and the research I picked was air vents, because I thought it might be nice to get the airflow tile so that way we can block up those holes. And as you can see, it worked. We have very breathable air through the whole base now. So we're just one of those tiles so that way the air can keep flowing, but we don't have to keep jumping over everything, and we can build it. And look at that, at day 9 we completed our first 2 researches. That's a big win. And then we spent the next couple of days researching more because I decided I want batteries and I want an actual generator that I don't have to keep pumping up that sweat and get that swamp ass just to get this research going. And with that, Flappy snoozing like a baby, successful and triumph. On 12 days, he's built a beautiful little colony he can call home. But that's not where we're ending this. We're going to dig to the surface and start this Flappy Nuts space program of the hard rockets and balls. So with that, I'm building a new generator that came with the prehistoric DLC, and I thought, hey, this would be great. Let's do this because it doesn't require coal. It requires some of the natural resources. So I thought this would be great, but it turns out it pumps out a poo water, and I thought it needed a pipe, but it turns out this one doesn't need a pipe at all. It just shits itself. So what I'm going to need to do is use the airflow tiles underneath it, so that way it drips down to a container, then we can use to pump into a sieve to filter the poo water into clean water. And I think that's how we can make sort of unlimited water